Hare Krishna to all dear devotees. Hare Krishna Ati Alibani Sri Radha Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances or Goi Shri Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Mataji, whenever you are ready, you can please start, Mataji.
Sure, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chevam Narotayam. Devi Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jaye Udiraye. Nistiprayeshu Adveshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Bhakti Bhavati Uttam Sloke. Bhakti Bhavati Naistike. Bhagavati Uttam Sloke. Bhakti Bhavati Naistike. Thank you, Mataji. Today we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Cantos 10, Chapter 17, The History of Kaliya, from text 1 through 12. Text 1. Having thus heard Lord Krishna chastise Kaliya, King Pariksit inquired, why did Kaliya leave Ramanak island and abode of the serpent, and why did Garuda become so agnostic towards him alone? Text 2 and 3. Sukadeva Goswami said, to avoid being eaten by Garuda, the serpent had previously made an arrangement with him whereby they would each make a monthly offering to tribute at the base of a tree. Thus, every month on schedule, O mighty armed King Pariksit, each serpent would duly make an offering to that powerful carrier of the Vishnu as a purchase of protection. Text 4. Although all the other serpents were dutiful, making offering to Garuda, one serpent, the arrogant Kaliya, son of Kurdra, would eat all of the offering before Garuda could come and claim. Thus, Kaliya directly defined the carriers of the Lord Vishnu. Text 5. O King, the greatly powerful Garuda, who is very dear to the Supreme Lord, became angry when he heard of this. Desiring to kill Kaliya, he rushed towards the serpents with tremendous speed. Text 6. As Garuda swiftly fell upon him, Kaliya, who had the weapons of poison, raised his numerous head to counterattack. Showing his furious tongue and expanding his horrible eyes, Kaliya then bit Garuda with the weapons of his fangs. Text 7. The angry son of Takasha moved with overwhelming speed in repelling Kaliya's attack. The terribly powerful carrier of Lord Madhusurana struck the son of Garuda with his left wing uh, while soaring like gold. Beaten by beaten by Garuda's wing, Kaliya was extremely daunted, and thus he took shelter of the lake adjoining the river Yamuna. Garuda could not enter the lake. Indeed, he could not even approach it. Text 9. In that way, Lake Garuda had once desired to eat fish. Fish being all that his normal food, although forbidden by the sage Sabhari, who had meditated there within the waters, Garuda took courage and, feeling hungry, seized the fish. Text 10. Seeing how the unfortunate fish in the lake had become more unhappy at the death of their leader, Sabhari uttered the following curse under the imprisonment that he would mercifully act for the benefit of the lake's resident. Text 11. If Garuda ever again entered this lake and ate the fish here, he will immediately lose his life. What am I saying is the truth? Text 12. Of all the serpents, only Kalia came to know of this affair, and the fear of Garuda, he took up his residence in the Yamuna lake. Later, Lord Krishna drove him out. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna Pratyush Prabhuji. Please accept our humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Prabhuji, please take over the call, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, all glories to Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj.
We can't hear you, Prabhuji.
Oh, sorry, Mataji. You can hear me now?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, all glories to Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you, Atiyal Vili Mataji, for reading today's translation. And thank you, Sundaran Prabhuji, for giving me this opportunity to serve and purify my tongue. And thank you, Radharani Mataji, for conducting today's session. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Please pray for me so that the right words come on right time. I'll start with my prayer. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurudmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharani Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarani. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, in today's session, we are reading from Canto 10, Chapter 17, titled The History of Kalia. So, in today's section, we will see how Kalia left the island of Snake and 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 went to the Vrindavan. And so Parikshit Maharaj inquired how, why Kalia left Ramanka island, which is abode of the snakes, serpents, and also asked why Garuda acted inimically toward him. So Sukdev Goswami narrates very nice pastime. So we'll see today the glorification of pure devotee Karuna. So in text 1, the same question was asked, why Kalia left the island, and why Garuna was antagonistic toward him alone. So Sukdev Goswami said that to avoid being eaten by Garuna, so, so that's why the Kalia took shelter in the Vrindavan. So what happened before that? Kalia was very powerful with 1,000 hoods. We have seen in the previous chapter all the nice narration and his how powerful he was and how much poison he had. So he was filled with the false pride because he was having so much poison, and he thought he is uh, no one can win over him. So what there was an arrangement on the Ramanka island made with the help of Brahmaji. So Garuna used to visit there and used to eat the serpent, and serpent went to Vasuki, and then Vasuki reached to Brahmaji, and the arrangement was made that the serpent will prepare some monthly offering, as a tribute to for their protection, and keep aside for Garuda. So every month the serpent used to on schedule, they used to keep the offering to Garuda for Garuda, but the but the Kalia, arrogant Kalia, what he did was he started eating all those offerings before Garuda can offer it. So what he did is Kalia defeated or offended Garuda. So what we see here is uh, Garuda, the Kalia was filled with false pride. So and why he was, we also see when there is an impurity within someone, so he get pride. However, devotee is pure and he is always humble. So devotee never does such activity. And we also see that the Garuna later, what he did was he attacked the arrogant Kalia because he was eating all the offering. So we know that somebody can ask that why Garuna, being devotee of Krishna, eating serpent, but because he is in that body, so it is very important. He's very powerful, and because of his body, he's following three regulative principles, right? So he can is bestowed with this body. So that's the reason he live on eating snakes or fish. So it doesn't mean he cannot control his senses. We have several examples which we will see in the coming section. So one more characteristic, like he's a bird, right? And birds are bestowed with the immense capability to fly high, so high. Vulture, right? Vulture is given so much capability to fly high in the sky and look for the prey from that far. So it's because of its nature and body, he live on killing or eating snakes or the creature. So in the next section we see that because Garuda was offended, he attacked Kalia, and in return Kalia was started throwing weapon on poison. So what and attacking with thousands of heads. So even before Krishna fought with the Kalia, Garuda also fought with the Kalia and defeated him. So we see the devotees are also glorified or with the mercy of Krishna himself, with the energy or the capability provided by Krishna himself, the devotees are do such marvelous activities or tasks that they get more glorification. So in Ramayana also we see Hanumanji is glorified so much so that he is the heroic personality, right? We here in Sundar Kand. So Ramji doesn't fly to Lanka. He could have, but instead he bestowed that capability to Hanumanji, and Hanumanji flown to Lanka and met Sita, found Sita, and we know what all he did in the Lanka. So similarly, in Garunji, when uh, Vishnu ji instructed demigods and demons to lift the Mandara mountain and take it to Milk Ocean for churning, they all together were not able to lift that mountain. So Vishnu himself came and helped them. Vishnu lifted the mountain and kept on the back of Garuna. And Mandara mountain was not very small mountain. It was huge mountain made with gold. So gold itself is very heavy. So we can think like huge mountain made up of gold was easily lifted by Garuna on his back, and not only lifted, he started flowing with the mountain. So that powerful is Garuna. And so we see that so Krishna glorifies his devotees more than himself. We also see uh, multiple example. I was hearing Jagannath Prabhu class from ISKCON Chowpatty. He gave example of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could have he was not barred from traveling out of India. He could have traveled out of India and easily preached everywhere just by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. But he wanted to glorify his devotee. So he empowered Prabhupada and his devotees to go out of India and preach around the world. So we see how merciful Krishna is. So he bestow all the power and glorify his devotees. And devotees are fearless. We see because they are pure, they are fearless. So they do all heroic activities and keeping Krishna in center for happiness and pleasure of Krishna. So one more pastime shared by Jagannath Prabhu was then when Krishna was coming to Dwarka, so all the Yadus uh, wanted to welcome him. So what they did, they brought assembly hall named as uh, Samundra from the heaven. So so that that assembly hall was brought by Yadus, and nobody like demons didn't able to stop them because the Yadus were the servitor of Krishna, and they were bestowed with all the capabilities by Krishna. So they easily bought the assembly hall, and it was so huge. So uh, in today's world, if we accumulate or get together, we won't be able to construct that opulent hall. But Yadus easily brought that uh, assembly hall to the Dwarka for the uh, for the happiness of Krishna. And we also see in first, yeah, so that is there. And then also Krishna also always glorify his devotee. So in first canto, Prabhupada mentioned that both Hanumanji and Garunaji was did so many heroic tasks. And and once when Krishna was coming to the Dwarka, so Yadus had a victory flag with Hanumanji and Garunji, marked on those flag. So Krishna is not like Krishna is always, sharing, or this is the renunciation of Krishna, that he glorify his devotee more than himself. So we see that in so many places. It's so, and also we see Garunji, like as soon as we enter, right, Garunji is residing in the temple in front of the Lord, because he is the pure servitor of Bhagwan. And we have one more pure servitor, Prabhupada, even before, you know, sitting there protecting all of us. So we also see in many temple in India also the Garun Stambh is marked. Also in the Jagannath Puri, it's a very high uh, pillar of Garunji is always in front of Vishnuji residing there. So we also see that Garun Stambh is distant from Vishnu, and devotees are in middle. So devotees are always getting protection from Garun and Vishnuji. So one more thing to take away, Garunji is always in service mode. So he is away. So similarly, many times while serving or taking responsibility, we see devotees during main functions, or big celebration, are always staying outside the temple. But if you see, uh, the Krishna is always with them. So one interestingly, we see that in the Jagannath Puri, Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra is residing inside the temple, and Garun Stambh is far outside. And interestingly, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu takes darshan close from behind the Garun Stambh. So we can think of even the devotees, those devotees who are serving, different responsibilities, are outside temple, not close to the deities. The Krishna is always with them. So that's the glorification of Krishna himself. So we moving forward, we see uh, so we see how we hear the narration of like Sukdev Goswami narrate how Garuna attacked the serpent Kalia, and Garuna easily defeated him with his left wing. So we see here Garuna is very powerful. Right? He could have easily killed him, but Kalia ran away from that place and took shelter in Yamuna river, because he knew that uh, Garuna will not come there. It, because we have heard, and Sukdev Goswami is also narrating that pastime in this section, that once Garuna went into Yamuna river to catch fish, and Sabri Muni uh, felt was compassionate toward the fish, and he cursed. Even though Karuna is uh, is a pure devotee of Vishnu, he could have override the curse and went again. But as devotees, we see devotees are obedient. So out of their mercy, they obey. Right? So that's why uh, Garuda doesn't went again to the Yamuna river, and Kalia took shelter of shelter in the Yamuna river. So, and Prabhupada devotee mentioned in the purport that the Sabri Muni showed compassion and toward the fish, and doesn't saw uh, the higher spiritual value, uh, and obstructed Garuda in satisfying his senses. And also we see he offended Garuda and he fell down. So Prabhupada also, Prabhupada also mentioned in several places, we should not we should not do such aprad. Vaishnava aprad is the biggest aprad. We can, the sense gratification or sense enjoyment aprad is not that huge as compared to, Vaishnava aprad. We can understand the seriousness of that aprad. So Sabri Muni, that aprad, and we have seen in previous sections how Sabri Muni fell down. He married so many wives. So while before that, after doing this aprad, he was meditating, and the thought came in his mind why he is doing all this meditation from so many years, and so he gave up that meditation and wanted to enjoy the worldly life. He married so many beautiful queens, and we all know uh, how he fell down, and he realized that in the later phase of life, and then he came back and did unalloyed devotion. But we have to be very careful in offending any Vaishnava. Knowingly, unknowingly, we should always pray to Krishna that this offense, we should not comment this such a offense. Be very serious. So Krishna uh, can take all blame, but he doesn't know consider, or he always protect his devotees. So devotees who are always engaged in service, even though we might, because of our own faulty conditioning nature, we might see so many fault in them, but we will not understand the higher reason why they are doing what they are doing, and we might start arguing with them, or offending them. We should not do that. We should just pray to Krishna to clean our vision. So, here we see there's a very nice comparison between Kaliya and Garuda. So Kaliya was very powerful, and Garuda was also had all the power bestowed by his Supreme Personality Godhead. But Kaliya was filled with pride because he was impure inside. He had so much poison that he thought he's the best, right? And but Garuda was humble. We see one more example of Garuda humbleness, uh, that after delivering the Mandira mountain uh, on the seashore, so Vishnuji requested Garuda to go from there because Vasuki will be called to churn the ocean, and Vasuki will not come until Garuda is there. So he immediately took the uh, took the instruction and flown from there. He doesn't, express desire to remain there and taste uh, the nectar which will come out of the churning, as it was the case with all the demigods and demons, because he is always engaged in unalloyed devotion. So nectar is pity for him. Right? The main purpose of a devotee, pure devotee, is always engaged in the service of Krishna. So we see so much, and so devotees of Krishna achieve because of that pure effort. And we also see Kaliya and Garuda, they were both brothers in a way. because their father was Kashyapa Muni, Kalia born from Kavodra, while Garuda born from Vinita. But they were the brothers, but they had different natures, extreme different nature. We also see in the temple and everywhere, the devotees also have different nature, but they live together because the Krishna is in center. If Krishna is not in the center, we see outside world between brothers so many quarrel happen. So after Krishna uh, bestowed, or Kalia wife prayed, and uh, Krishna bestowed that you can go to the ocean and Garuda will not eat because you have uh, the mark of my feet on your head. So he's already initiated. So we see now they were before brothers, now they are god brothers, right? So they have extreme uh, different nature, but they started living happily in this world after Krishna benedictions. So we see, so Kalia is fearful, is attacking everyone, wanted to take control of the place where he is, because he's having fear in his heart of losing everything, while devotees are fearless because of Krishna protection. And Kalia is unfaithful because of impurity in his heart, while Garuda is obedient. And so we seen the Sobri Muni cursed him. He doesn't has to obey that, but he still obey that and doesn't went to Yamuna river. And devotees can do sense control, so for the Krishna, for the pleasure of Krishna. So yeah, that's all from for today's session. Thank you so much for joining. Vanchakalpatarubhasya kripa sindhu bhayavacha patitanam pavnebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, can you please stop recording and end the call, Prabhuji?
Yes, ma'am.
I made you a host.
Okay.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Or if you just end the call, it will stop the recording.
Okay.